discussing the distribution of mineral resources in isolation is incomplete. We have to correlate the mineral resources with the industries or the nature or the pattern of industries in India. Since we have discussed the iron ore, then let's discuss the industries based on the iron ore. So iron ore based industries. When we talk about the industries, basically there are the three types of industries. One is called weight using industries. Second is called weight neutral industry. Third is called assembling industries. And the fourth type of industries are called footloose industry. Weight losing industries are like the different type of this is on the basis of the raw material. This is the distribution of the industries based on the raw material. So weight losing industries are some of the sugar industry, or you can say steel, iron and steel industry, or you can say steel industry, or cement industry. The weight of the raw material and weight of the finished good have the great difference. So the weight of the sugar, say, is 1 quintal, sugar cane is 1 quintal, then the weight of the sugar, which is the finished product, its weight is only 10 kg. So 1:10 is the waste material. So in such condition, these industries are located near the, so what would be the location of the industries weight location? Location of these industries is near the raw material, wherever the raw material is available. And apart from that, there is another industry called weight neutral industry. Weight of the raw material and weight of the finished goods is same, so there is no much difference on the transportation cost, like cotton industry or the jute industry, processing industry. So such type of industries are located at both location is both the locations at the raw material or near the market. Either of the location, this industry can be established. Then the third type of industries are basically assembling industries. These assembling industries are dependent on the raw material obtained from the different ancillary industries. There are so many small industries, like all engineering technology based industries, like automobile industry. Automobile industry, so based on like manufacturing a car, any company, say Maruti company, Hyundai company, they purchase electronic item, plastic item, engine, chassis, paint, tire, rubber, everything from the different industries, and they only assemble it. While assembling it, so they are dependent on the hundreds or the thousands of the other ancillary industries. So there is a chain of industries. So here the weight of the raw material assembling industry, the weight of the finished product get increased. So it's in other words, we can say weight gaining industries, because we purchase small items from different and we assemble it, and the weight of the finished product is heavy. Then the footloose industries. So footloose, the automobile industries, its location of the assembling industries, it is based on the industrial complexes. Near the industrial complexes, like Maruti is located near Gurgaon and Manesar and Noida industrial region, where several small size technology based industries are there. The finished product of one industry become the raw material for the another industry. So they can be, their location is not influenced by the transport cost, so their location is influenced by the industrial parks. So industrial complexes should be there of the small industries. Then the footloose industry. Footloose industries are the one where the weight of the raw material is not very important. What is important is that availability of finance, technology, skilled labor, the trade facilities and the trade benefits. So those are the technology based industries like drug and pharmaceutical industry. Drug and pharmaceutical, or you can say pharma industries, pharmaceutical. These industries are there, or you can say electronic goods, etc. So many, like manufacturing the watch, manufacturing the microchips of the computer or the motherboard of the computer. So these industries, weight or the weight of the raw material is not important. Important is the technology, the finance and the tax saving scheme policies in India. So there its location is varied. Where are the benefits? Company has more the benefits, so these industries can be shifted. This is one aspect that is called raw material based. The raw material, how the weight of the raw material. On the other hand, we can classify, there is one more method to classify on the basis of raw material. Raw material is agro-based raw material. Raw material may be mineral-based raw material. Raw material may be fossil fuel-based. There are different industries. These are also the raw material based industries. Now let's come over to the steel industry. While discussing the iron and steel industry in India, this is the basic industry of India. To start the industrialization, to start the mechanization, in any sector of the life, this is the base industry for any nation or any country or any region. It provides the further industrialization in a region. So this industry, iron steel, is the weight losing industry. Weight losing industry. So it's a raw material oriented industry. And if you see the location, all the steel industries are in India. There are the three locations. One is they are called ore based. Either they are located near the ore, where the ore is available, or it is coal based steel industry, or where the availability of coal is there, or it is port based steel industry. So these are the three types of steel industries are there in India. While I don't know whether you have discussed the Weber's theory of industrial location. You have discussed, you have gone through. It is not clear to you. Okay, I'll take few minutes to discuss the Weber's theory. In 1909, Weber gave the industrial location theory. Industrial location theory. This is the foundation, because most of the locational theories in geography are given by the Germans. Whether it is von Thunen theory, industrial location theory, central place theory, urban location theories, urban explanation of urban system, all theories, most of the location theories are given by the Germans. So Weber was also a German, whether Penck was also a German, William Morris Davies, though he was American, but he was the student of Penck. So basically all theories are given by. So this under this theory, it is the Weber who explained where the location of the industry should be there. If there is one weight using industry, where it should be located, near the raw material market, anywhere. So how the raw material, weight of the raw material is determining the location of the industry, it was given by the Germans. If there is one raw material, Weber says one raw material, and one raw material is fixed site is fixed site, available at fixed site, and raw material is of weight losing character, weight losing nature. If the nature of the raw material is weight losing and it is fixed, then where the industry would be located. Second, he said, this is one hypothesis. Second, he gave, if one raw material and it is ubiquitous, available everywhere, so where the industry would be located, and if it is weight losing and if it is weight neutral. So in such condition, if only one raw material is required for an industry, Weber says, if it is weight losing industry and raw material is available everywhere, in such condition, where the industry should be located, near the raw material or near the market, because raw material is available everywhere, and then it should be near the market. And if it is weight neutral, it would be at market, and or it can be at raw material, at the source of raw material. But in this condition, where the industry would be located, if the raw material is fixed, it is available at a fixed site, it is not available everywhere, near the raw material, otherwise transport cost will be very high. This is the case of one raw material. Further, Weber said, if there are the two raw material and both are weight losing nature of raw material, then he gave a triangular model of industrial location, and in this triangular model of industrial location, he said, suppose this is the market. This is say raw material 1. If he says raw material 2, there is a kind of triangulation. This is both the raw materials are of equally weight using nature of raw material. Suppose if we take 1 quintal raw material from here, while making the finished good, only 20 kg will be the finished product of this, and 20 kg would be the finished product of this raw material. So 80% is waste here. So where the industry should be located? Here. Where the industry should be located in this triangle? So that is called least cost model. He identified the location, the least cost method, and in this triangulation model, this central location geometrically we can calculate. This is the ideal most location with least transport cost model. So this central location. So this model applies on the location of the iron and steel industry, not only in India, everywhere in the world. So in terms of the application of this Weber's triangular model of the industrial location in India's Jamshedpur Tisco steel plant is having the best location for steel industry in the world, because it is with equidistant from the iron ore from the coal and from the market. Market means Kolkata port. So it obtained from equal distance, and this is the central location. So Jamshedji Tata was very precise and calculative about the locational pattern of its industry. So this is triangular model or of industrial location. I hope I gave you the broad view. If you calculate this of this model, this is the best location for the industry when both the raw materials are of weight using in nature. Now, come over to the steel industry in India. What are the basic requirements for steel industry? I hope it will help you. The Weber's concept will help you in locating the industry or understanding the pattern, locational pattern of steel industry in India. Now, steel industry, while discussing the steel industry in India, what are the basic requirements for the industry? Basic requirements of the industry.